Hello gents, I hope you're well. Good morning. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to be using XXYY to actually go through tokens and look at some variables, some metrics, and we're going to identify which one is probably going to do the best long-term buying. Now this platform is very simplistic in terms of it's just a trading terminal and it's not too complicated. There's not crazy features, there's not a lot of tabs. I really like it for trading. I've been using it for a few weeks now as well. So what we've got is the pump list. I've made a previous video on that. You can click the top right and watch that. But we're going to focus more on the tokens that have graduated because we want something more long term that's actually going to last. We don't want to take a risk on a pump fund token like that. So this trending tab does a really good job. You can obviously trade on BSC if you like, but the trending tab does a very good job at finding. There will be some rugs and scam coins that will fall through, so you have to be aware. But as you can see, the market caps of all of these are quite high. So out of these on this list, which one should we buy? So we're going to look at some metrics and we're going to go through them together just to give you some advantage and advice. Because you don't have to actually buy something. If you see something that isn't great or you don't see anything that is great, you don't have to buy. You can wait for a reset. It's 12 p.m. in the UK. I'll check again at 6 p.m. and see if is there anything good to buy. First thing you want to make sure of is what is the meta? What is the meta? What's leading the pack at the moment? What's the sort of in thing? So the first thing is land. Housecoin hit 100 mil last night. So they're the things you want to actually do. You can obviously pay attention to the pump fund, what is actually graduating as well. So these ones have graduated or move into radium right now. So keep an eye on those. So let's look through them. So Solda is 2.3 mil or Sol data. It looks okay. First thing you obviously look at is number one is the chart. What has it done? It's gone up, gone down, and it's slowly starting to climb up. First thing, check Twitter, see what's happening. We might do that together actually. And it's data based. I don't know. It doesn't excite me as a meme coin. I think there's better projects that I would buy, but you may want to go into it if you like. I want to check the hold account. So for 2.4 mil, we've got 3,500 holders. What that equates to roughly is everyone's put in an X amount of money. It could be $10, $20 per average. And I usually use that to work out how much people put into the project. And I base it on liquidity. It's a bit of maths involved, but it does actually work out. You may have to just, get a calculator out and work it. But that's one thing I do compare things to. So this one has 100 holders, much lower market cap. It's pretty new. So what is it? Nothing special. It's just a little picture. This one needs time to see if it's going to run. Land done very well. It's 5 mil. And I did see the chart earlier. It was like up here. And I knew it was going to fall down. So here's a hint. This is what tokens usually do. And you have to pay attention from here to here. How far does it actually fall? The lower it goes, the harder it is to bounce back. So if it falls here, and then bounces up and starts rallying or goes to a floor, that's a bullish sign. You see here was quite a low, it wasn't that much of a drop, and then it started to rally up. So if this keeps falling, you may do well buying the floor, but it's going to take longer to go back up if it does. Yeah, so pay attention to how the price dips. If you are wanting to buy something like this, you would look into, okay, I'm going to buy $50 here, $50 here, and $50 here, and eventually it will come up, and there might be a point where it's just sell pressure. And check the buys and the sells. You can see from there, 6,000 holders, 4 mil. So pretty much it's double the holder amount and double the market cap. So that seems like a variable metric as opposed to this solder one or whatever it was called. So that had about 2.3 and about slightly more holders in a coin like that. So this is abs coin. Again, this has more holders and a lower market cap than all of them actually. So what that tells me is people are putting less into this coin or somebody holds a lot more supply. And that will just give you that metric there. This chart looks dreadful. It's the 1 hour. I definitely wouldn't buy this. It's had a pump back, it's had a pump back. It's not something for me. I would skip that one certainly. And we've got Trumil, Trump the Troll. Again, 5 mil, 6,000 holders. Not bad, not great. I think it's going to struggle to hit above here. but keep an eye on it. You might want to bookmark it and then see from there. This one is following the meta that's going on with the house coin and all that. So this looks really good. You can see there's no, we want to see what it does here. So again, if it goes to like here or anywhere below, it will probably keep sinking and sinking. And you want to try and catch the floor. But this looks like it's just flatted out here, which will be another leg up, in my opinion. Again, we've got more holders for the market cap, but it's new, so a lot of these people will be exiting and slowly selling off that got in very early, securing the profits. Let's look at this dream one, and then we'll look at one that's a little more lower market cap. So this one chart again looks really good. See, it's dropped and then it's slowly on a downtrend and it's had a pump up. So you want to try and look at their Twitter and see why did it pump up. Copy and paste the CA into the search bar. You could do that as well. That's another good tick. And obviously the ticker as well. You would copy that. If you're doing your research, you'll be able to see. So let's actually do that one. So let's copy the CA and see what we find. Now I want to look at what the account is. So it's like a Japanese Chinese account or whatever it is. They're just showing off they made some money, which is bearish because these people are usually botted accounts. And Dream, this one's a very small account, so he could be a paid shiller. You know, the dev said to 30 guys coming here. This one's a small account again, so no one big is actually pushing this. That's not necessarily a bad thing. And now I'm going to look at the frequency of tokens itself. So this one, you can check the seconds and the minutes, how often people are actually tweeting about it, and the quality of the shills. So if this guy is just, you know, a botted account, and he's just saying nice dream, blah blah blah, he's shilling under this person's account, I don't know who that is. If you don't have a dream, can a dream come true? So that's a nice shill, but it's just like this guy, and with a dream you're selling the hype, blah blah blah. So it seems like they have it, obviously investors and stuff, but it seems like the same type of people. But frequency is good. 27 minutes, 28 minutes, 29 minutes. And just look at the quality of the shills. You can do the same with a ticker as well, and that will mix in. So probably they're getting a tweet out every minute. Now let's compare that to some random one like this. Let's go with this one, and let's see how frequent they actually tweet. So this one's slightly less actually, and they have a higher market cap. Now that could be because they have an older token, or it could mean that those communities are a bit better and they've got more people pushing it out. And that doesn't necessarily mean if you don't have influence or a following, then your shield just looks very spammy. If you have influence and you're shilling something, it looks like people will have to have a look at it and see what's happening, if you know what I mean. So if I just got a new account and I'm spamming, saying buy this, it's no visibility, no one's going to see it. It just looks very annoying. But if you have some sort of influence or you've called good things in the past, or you're known to do that, you're going to do very well. So this is something I would avoid simply because it's too jumpy for me as well. And holder wise, it's got a lot of holders for the market cap. And that means we need some big money coming in to actually buy up, or a lot more holders. But I think this is like something that's going to fall and not last. So obviously keep an eye on it. I don't know what this is. Suet, if they've got any utility. But this is like a very sort of beginner friendly way to do your own research on tokens. And then obviously if you like one, off of this, we might like that solder, and I liked that land one. But this one, I don't know. I'll have to dig a bit deeper and see what they actually do. If it's just, oh, we store data, there's loads like that. Don't forget, Walrus on Sui is doing very well, so you need to bear that in mind. And a lot of it comes down to knowledge. So if I know Walrus is data storage and doing very well, I know that something on Solana, people notice that and say, okay, that's quite bullish. It done well before. It's a proven concept. Same with the meme coins. House has done very well. Yeah, it was 100 mil earlier. It broke. And I wrote it on my Telegram channel, and now it's still going up. And it's 8% yield if you yield farm this per day, which is really high. So I think there's profit to be made here, either yield farming it or buying it, and it's setting up the meta. And we've got islands that's popped up now. So the more tokens that pop up, the weaker the narrative gets because the money gets spread out. And if these don't perform well, no one will buy anything else. So this is like the second, third wave of the meta. You need to be aware of that. Don't think everything's going to run. So there's land at the moment that's trending, which is doing okay. And typically, it usually reaches half the market cap. And then this is like the third wave. So island might come out. I don't know. Yacht might come out. Car might come out. Whatever. And then it simply becomes a weaker narrative if those don't perform well, or if something else comes along. Yeah. So nothing is really going to probably beat Housecoin. So that's the top of it, what it's going to go to, unless something spectacular happens. But look, I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. I wish you all the best and take care.